Hello boys and girls, it's Lisa here. I've got a lovely story for you. It's about coronavirus because I know you've been hearing a lot about this in the news. So this story is going to explain coronavirus to you and it's going to reassure you that everything is going to be okay. Okay, so let's have a wee look. There we go. It's called Don't Worry Little Bear. Little Bear felt worried because each and every day he would hear about the coronavirus in some way. Grown-ups talked about it and it was on TV too, and he'd heard people saying it was a horrible kind of flu. Everything around him was feeling very strange and it was hard to understand why so much had to change. Look at his face. I think he's feeling a bit sad, a bit confused. He couldn't go to school or see his family and friends, and nobody seemed to know when this was going to end. He had to stay at home and wished his friends could come and play. But he was told he couldn't see them until the coronavirus had gone away. He was also confused about why some children could go to school and why they didn't have to follow all the same rules. Big Bear could see that he was worried and feeling rather sad, so he explained everything to Little Bear in the hope that he wouldn't feel so bad. I think his dad's going to explain everything to him now. He said that children still had to go to school. They couldn't stay at home because the grown-ups had an important job to do and couldn't leave them all alone. So, boys and girls, you might have mums or dads that have got really important jobs to do and they need to go to their work. They could be doctors or nurses or work in a supermarket and they need to go to work. So that's why you might need to go to school to be looked after, or nursery. So teachers were kindly looking after them while their grown-ups were away and made sure that they were cared for really well throughout the day. He also explained that for most people the coronavirus would be like a bad cold, but that it could be worse for those who weren't always well or the very old. And although most of these people would also be fine, we were protecting them because their bodies weren't as strong as yours or mine. So boys and girls, that might be why you can't see your gran or your grandpa or other people, because they're not as strong as you. So if they get this virus, they might not be as well to fight it off. He said if most people stayed at home, it would stop bugs from being passed on and would help to keep everyone well until the coronavirus had gone. He explained that if Little Bear had a cough, a cold, or if his head felt hot, it didn't mean the coronavirus was something that he'd got. And although these were symptoms of the virus, it was normal at this time of year to have a cough or a runny nose, and these things were nothing to fear. So if you do have a cough or a cold, then don't worry, because at this time of year sometimes we do have that and it's not always going to be coronavirus. So that's what Big Bear's telling Little Bear. Being poorly is never nice, which is why we all need to take great care and do our very best to stop the virus from spreading everywhere. So that's why if we're not well, we should stay indoors. Big Bear said not to worry about germs because they would always be kept away if we made sure that we washed our hands really well throughout the day. And I'm sure you're all doing that, aren't you? And even though we had to stay at home, they could go out for some fresh air as long as they didn't go near other people and made sure they took great care. So you can all go out for your one walk round, maybe take your dog for a walk or go out to your garden if you've got one. A grown-up could also go to the supermarket by themselves, and the people there were working hard to keep enough food on the shelves. Yeah, because we need food, don't we? Mums and dads need to go and make sure we've got enough food. Little Bear felt much better knowing that everything would be okay and was happy that things would go back to normal again one day. He now knew that although he couldn't see people, everyone had to stick together and keep calm, knowing that these strange times wouldn't last forever. There he is, he feels a bit happier now. You can see his face, can't you? Seems a lot more calmer. So look, he got out some books and games and he enjoyed his time at home. And I hope you have all been doing the same. If you're on our Twitter page, I've been posting lots of activities and lots of things that you can be getting up to while you're at home. Knowing that Big Bear was with him, so he would never be alone. So he knew that his mum and dad were always going to be there with him and he was never going to be alone, and that made him feel a lot happier. Look. And that's the end of the story. So I hope that you all enjoyed that story, and I hope that after hearing that story that maybe that explains coronavirus to you a bit better and makes you feel less worried about it, okay? So I'm missing you all, and I hope I'll see you all soon, okay? Bye!